Hey ladies, it's your girl Truly Inspired Martin, and you're not here by chance. Nah, baby, this is on purpose because what we do here is equip and empower you to become the woman that you desire and deserve. You are here because you are ready to restore, reset, and reclaim your life and increase your emotional intelligence. That won't happen everywhere, but here we make shit happen. So let's get it. Hey ladies, it's your girl Truly Inspired Martin, and baby, we are back and better than ever every Thursday, 7 a.m. Catch us on every podcast platform. And I know you've been out here working on you. I see you, girl, doing what you do. But guess what? The journey continues. So if you are truly ready to go from BS to success, welcome back to the Recrown You podcast. Everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. Girl, it's time to be real, raw, and relentless. Everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. You know it's time. Recrown you. What's up, ladies? It's your girl, Truly Inspired Martin. Welcome back to the Recrown You podcast. So happy to have you back. You so loyal, girl. Look at you. Tuning in, doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Nobody else tells you this week. I'm proud of you. But welcome back to the Recrown You podcast. We are here for you, ladies. We are here to help you restore, reset, and reclaim the life that you desire and you deserve. We are here to help you become more self-aware, right? You are here because you are a badass, okay? And yes, I said it and I meant it. You're a badass. What does that mean? That means that you are real. You are raw. You are relentless. You are resilient. And you are resourceful. And baby, around here, we call that a baddie. And that you are because you show up for you every week to get it done. So, welcome back once again. Y'all know that we here to empower you and equip you with the things that you need in order to really tap into that self-awareness and become more emotionally intelligent on a whole nother level. Amplify that emotional intelligence. That's why you pull up here every week, right? Because you're looking for something, and I guarantee you every week you'll get something that you need. All right? So we'll give you the empowerment. We'll give you the equipment, the things, right? The tools to put into your toolkit. But the work is on you, mama. You got to do the work. So breathe in, breathe out. It's that moment in the show where we take a second to breathe in and breathe out, because recrowning you has to do with being aware. And right now you need to be aware of where you are and how you are feeling. And if you need a minute, take a minute for you right now. I don't know what you had going on all week. I don't know what you had going on before you listen to this episode or what may come after. But in this moment, you are free to just be. But we're also going to do. But give yourself some time. You can pause this right here. Give yourself some time to breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. Okay? Whatever's coming at you from the left, right, front, and center, you are built for this shit. And I want you to remember that. Even when those days don't look that clear to you, even when it feels like you are fighting an uphill battle, baby, you can win. You can win. Because you know how to climb that hill. You've been on the top of that hill before. You done fought on top of that hill before. You done been through your peaks. You done been through your valleys. But every time you come out victorious. But it doesn't always look like you will. But you can. So that's a word for somebody in the back. Holla if you hear me. Woo woo. But I want to talk about service. And not just service in... There's so many different ways that we talk about service, right? But particularly, I want to talk about customer service. And I know a lot of you all, even if you ain't in Atlanta, you know, I'm out here in the ATL. But even for those that are not in Atlanta, I know y'all seen the little viral stuff that can't even say little viral, big viral things that's been going down in the media with Keith Lee, and he did the all those reviews on all these Atlanta restaurants, called them out because somebody had to. Okay, there's so much of everything going on in Atlanta, and it's kind of like, bruh, I just want to come eat some good food. I want the vibes. I want all of that. But what's up with all the rules and the regulations? What's up with you don't got nothing for me? Like, what are we doing? Like, so he really just kind of called it out respectfully, though. When I say my man's, when he go in very respectfully. He never disrespects the establishment or the people. He'll even put out a disclaimer that says, like, I'm not telling you not to, I'm not telling you to make this a part of your judgment for not going there. Your experience might be different than mine. Don't go over there, putting on negative comments and all that stuff. Like, that's not his motive, but he is going to keep it 100. And if like, my man got like a lot of followers. That is some couple million type situation. Like, I don't think I've seen a video of his do less than 1 million views, like, ever. So that just gives you kind of an understanding of who this is. But he's a food critic, right? Like, I call him a food critic. I don't know if that's what he personally classifies as himself as, but he'll pull up at a spot or somebody will request him to come out there, like, Joe, just come try my mom, dad food or whatever. Cause I swear, after he go there, baby, it be going up. Okay, like, these restaurants start seeing exponential growth. People want to start checking it out, and he focuses on those mom and pops, right? Them spots where they might not get as much visibility. You might not really know about them, or it might be like a staple in the community, but not everybody knows. But he gonna make sure to go there, check it out. He don't want nobody to know who he is. He just wants to be able to give honest review without any kind of special accommodations or nothing. So I love that for him. But Atlanta was taking some major L's, man. We were taking some major L's. It was just a whole lot of rules, a whole lot of him not being able to try food, get food, because of all these different rules or regulations, and y'all not doing takeout on Mondays or Sundays, and on Mondays y'all close. And it was just so much different things, right? But I remember him touching on, which I want to shout out, because your girls from the JA, parents, whole family. I was born in America, obviously, but your girl is Jamaican to the day I die. So in that context, for me to hear that a Jamaican spot did well, shout out to Juicy Jerk, they did well on this here quote unquote test. They ain't know nothing about it, but that is, if like, because I love my people, but y'all already know that sometimes the customer service do not be hitting like that at all the Jamaican spots. It just don't, right? And that is something that is not just an America thing. That is you go to Jamaica, you're gonna get close to the same thing, but maybe just a little bit more friendly depending on where you go, right? Same thing anywhere. Not everywhere is going to give you the same level of service, but the food might be slamming. But I hear a lot of people kind of arguing the fact of, if the food is good or if X, Y, and Z is good, I don't really care about the customer service. And that bothers me. And the reason why that bothers me is because you're okay with subpar, right? You're okay with things just being how they are, and you'll just kind of let it go, right? Even if you put other things into context, like if you go somewhere and you just pay $50-$60 for a steak meal or whatever, and it's not done the way you said, you told them to do it medium well and they gave it to you medium rare, but you don't want to cause no issues, so you're just gonna eat it, even though that's not what you want. That's not what you want to pay for. It's probably not gonna sit right in your stomach. Like, there's a lot of different things, right? But you're scared to interact with the staff because you don't want to cause any issues, or you don't want to look like the troublesome client, right? You don't want to be the customer that's causing havoc or wreaking havoc or whatever. None of that should be in your mind for something that you are paying your hard-earned money for things that are what you asked for, right? They're delivering a service to you and it was not delivered correctly. So why would you withhold letting them know that? So it brings all these different things to my mind of how we're okay in certain arenas with just taking the bare minimum. We know that there are certain places that we are not welcomed, and y'all know what I mean, right? Like you are tolerated, you are not appreciated, and you can feel it when you walk in there, but you'll still keep going back there and getting the food from those specific type of places, or those specific type of restaurants. Or even you might, shop somewhere and you're like, damn, they ain't even want to come, tend to me, but you'll still keep buying shoes from there, still keep getting clothes from there. And my question to you and us as people, not just black people, but people in general, why is it okay for you to be okay with settling for just enough on services and products that you are purchasing from people, just because you want to support, or just because you really want it because at one time it was really good? Like, when do we get the opportunity to speak up on what is not right and what we will not tolerate, right? We allow certain things to come into our communities, and we are in a place where we purchase from those people. We get certain things and we take the bare minimum in customer service. They'll treat you like a criminal. They'll talk to you crazy. Like, but when you come to the register, all your money is still green. Like, what does it look like for us to stop tolerating the bare minimum? Like, what in us is okay with taking the bare minimum, right? And this is not a blanket statement, so this ain't for everybody. But you got to think about it, right? You got to think about what it looks like across the board and how many times you've seen people do this. And it becomes a repeat cycle. And because they think that we need them, and they think that it's okay, and they tolerate it, so we gonna keep on doing what we do. They keep doing what they do, and then we complain about it, but we don't do shit about it. Meaning we still keep in the same cycle of bringing the money right back to them. And that goes for anybody. I'm not even just talking about another ethnicity or race or any of that. I'm talking about even our own folks. Like, we'll still keep going back sometimes. Most of the time it's easier, and this can be argued, but I've seen it. A lot of times it seems that it's easier for us to disconnect from spending money again with someone that looks like us, black on black. We talking our community right now, right? It's easier to just say, "Oh, no, I ain't doing that no more. I ain't rocking." And that's why it's so hard for me to shop with black folks. Like, all of that, right? We'll go through that cycle quickly and say, "Nah, I'm good. I ain't going back there ever again." You won't get them a second chance, but you'll go back to the other spot 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, and every time complain about who you just dealt with or what you just had to go through, but you still keep going and you give them chance after chance. So what is the difference between the two? You are giving somebody else the opportunity to do you how they feel like doing you. So that leads me back to some ideologies, right? And some learned behaviors that we may have already embedded in us. Because if you even compare some of those situations, like the same shit, when you in a relationship, or you with somebody, or you dating someone, or friendships and all that stuff, baby, I need good customer service there too. What you talking about? I need good customer service there too. That means that if I'm not being treated right, if it's not giving me 5-star, 4-star service across the board, like, was the place, are they clean? Do they like good conversation? Do they like their parents? Do they like me? Like, there's a checklist too when you're dating people, when you're in friendships with other people. And if somebody treats you some way that you do not like, you will let that mofo go. Or if you are finding yourselves in those patterns where you constantly taking someone back that you know is not meat in the bar, and they damn sure ain't raising it, then why do you allow this, right? Why are you allowing something when you know you're not getting that good customer service in that department either? So something in you is allowing yourself to just let these things happen. You're letting them happen to you instead of controlling the situation. Some of that has to do with you not being aware of patterns that you're allowing to happen in your own life. If you look at the cycle of what you let happen, because we got to, we got to take accountability. Me included, baby, me included. Because I know for a fact that I've gone back to some spots that I'm like, oh, hell no. I know she did not, da 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 da. But damn, that empanada was real good though. Don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about, because then y'all lying. So what is it in you that allows that to continually take place? Because it's not only taking place in the social world, right? Like when you're out purchasing things and dealing with, merchants and dealing with vendors and dealing with, small business owners or wherever you shop or purchase anything. When somebody make you feel good, look good, like when they give you an experience, honey, baby, I'm going to come back a few times and a few more times. And then I'm going to tell a couple other people about you. Because you did something that really, like this past week, I met some really amazing people. And I was like looking at some venues and stuff for an event. And baby, I do feel like some of these spots on Pure Space is definitely giving catfish. Ain't even gonna hold you up. They definitely giving catfish. So make sure that y'all go see these actual places before y'all rent, please. Word to the wise. But some of the very places that I looked at that were above budget, they're not in budget at all. They might be slightly over or way too over. Whether they're, willing to work with me or whatever the case is, there's something that makes me want to work with a couple of them specifically because of how they treated me. The spot may be thebomb.com, or the spot might be kind of like, oh, okay, this could kind of work. But something about the experience they're given, the way that they take the time to talk to you, walk through it, ask you questions about what you're doing and, how they can, the vision they see, and like they're really like, they're connecting with you. They're finding a connection point. It don't gotta be nothing too deep, too long, too drawn out. It ain't gotta be you giving away your info and all that. Like, no. That connecting factor changes the game when it comes to customer freaking service. And just that one principle made a few of those venues stick out to me more than others, because I was treated like I was already a part of the family. Like I was already in their Rolodex of current clients. Like they was giving me that above and beyond type of energy. And they ain't have to. But they understand that the experience starts from the moment I said hello to you. And from then on, it becomes an attractant. Right? So there's a lot of people that have, met me or interacted with me, and they always say, you just had some good energy. Or I can't forget you because of da 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 da. Now, sometimes I be having that, what's that called? RBF? Y'all already know. Sometimes I be having that face, but that was naturally implanted in my body from birth. Between the Jamaican and the Jersey, baby, y'all screwed. But it's really not that face just be happening sometimes. But the people that get to like interact with me, if you tap me on the shoulder or something, or if you look at me and we connect on a smile, baby, it's a wrap. Hey girl, hey, what's up? That's my dog now. Like, to know me is to love me, and to love me is to know that I'm the type of person that loves to connect. I understand what it means for you to not get a representative of me and to be able to see who I'm going to be now and into the future, right? And be able to give you a good customer service experience. It's still customer service, right? Still be able to give you that experience of connectivity and love. And damn, I don't know what she do, but I really just want to be around her. She fun. Her energy is amazing. Like she don't look like what she been through, right? Like, really be able to support and assist people. Like, give them that love. That little, uh, who is this? Like, I want to know more about what you do here, what you provide. I'm rooting for you, right? Like, that type of energy comes from being able to know what type of experiences you expect from others, so you deliver as such. Because those same people that will be delivering that old subpar ass service at these restaurants, at these stores, behind these Instagram pages or whatever, those same people will be the same people that will go to somebody else's establishment and be like, why they acting like that, baby? You're giving what you're getting. You're getting what you're giving. Like, and I don't think we really understand just how much, like, what a big role it plays to really be able to see a positive representation of what you are about to deliver to me. Because before I even touch that lemon pepper wet, that bartender done told me, girl, you look amazing today. How can I help you? Matter of fact, let me recommend you a little da 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 da. Uh, okay, girl, tell me more. It don't even have to be nothing about a comment of appearance. It can just be a hello, welcome to blah blah blah. It's so great to have you today. What can I help you with? Can I make some suggestions? Okay. Or the person that sits you at the table, right? Or the person that's at the register. Welcome to the. I cannot stand walking into anywhere, especially small boutique stores, or nail salons, hair salons, a restaurant where you're clearly standing right there, and I clearly just walk through the door and you say absolutely nothing. No greeting, no here's a menu, the menu's up there, let me know if you need anything. No, hi, welcome to, give us 1 second. I had that same issue at a what do you call that? Not It might be called Another Broken Egg, but I think it was First Watch. Nobody, nobody spoke to me as I stood right there at the podium waiting to be seated. And she walked by, looked at me, and kept going. But then another man walked in of an other, an other, right? Like, I'm trying to just say it in other ways. And it was, yes, sir, how may I help you? Oh, yeah, I can go ahead and seat you. And I literally had to say, have I not been standing here for 20 minutes? That made me turn around and leave, because my experience started from the moment I opened that door. From the moment you saw me and said nothing. You could, even if you're not the server, even if you're not the hostess, you are a representation of that brand. So all you had to do was say, hey, I'm not X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to go get someone for you. They'll be with you shortly. Something, anything, engage. And she chose not to. So those are the little things that I'm talking about when I'm talking about every little aspect of that matters when it comes to the overall experience, when it comes to really providing customer service. And you're providing customer service in every aspect of life. That one-on-one interaction is a representation of who I'm going to be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And when we can understand that, that will change a whole lot of ways that we interact and how we choose to say and do things initially, right? Like, the customer service still has to be tied to the customer relations. You're building a relationship, right? And what else breeds? Oh, baby, we about to get deep. I ain't gonna get too deep because we can't go too much longer. But when it comes to the customer service and the customer relations, right? Relationships. What do you think happens when you build a strong customer relationship? What comes next? Loyalty. I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna stick with you. We're gonna ride this thing out. It's the same thing with a friendship, a marriage, someone you're dating, right? When they show you what it's like to really get that extra effort, right? to really have that good effort and really be able to have somebody that responds to your needs and knows how to problem solve and communicate, right? Motivate and understand what's going on. Like that right there is like sexy as hell. It's dope as hell to have. And that breeds loyalty because now I want to stick with whoever and whatever is giving me the best experience. Don't miss that, y'all. Y'all got to stop acting like it's okay for us to settle for the bottom of the barrel, that it's okay to deal with the subpar, because it ain't. It ain't give it what it should have gave, and you need to be real about it. And boycott it and stop doing it. Stop dealing with it. Stop allowing it. Stop letting it run all through your life. And I mean that in every aspect. People, places, things. Separate yourself from those things that do not serve you, that do not bring joy to you, that do not motivate you, that are not tending to your needs, that are not getting to the bottom line. We got to be okay with separating ourselves from what we think is okay and be very cognizant of what is and what you will and will not tolerate. You cannot be willing to tolerate bottom of the barrel but complain about the shit all the time. When is enough enough? Like, you got to take a stand on that. You got to stand on business, right? That's where we at with that. We got to stand on business. And that starts with being aware of what is going on and why you allow it. Like, we got to start standing on that. And we have to get to a place where we understand the importance of training people to have better customer service, right? That starts from the bottom up, right? Like, the foundation got to be solid. You ain't never going to go to Chick-fil-A and get no piss poor service. I don't care which one you go to. If you did, I'm sorry for you. You probably need to put in a complaint because they don't do that. They have built a solid system that shows in the way that everybody acts and interacts with their clientele. And that's the type of energy that needs to be duplicated across the board. There's so many other examples of great customer. Cheesecake Factory got. Why y'all out here playing about not wanting to go to Cheesecake Factory on a first date? Shit. that Cheesecake be busting. Y'all tripping. And they train their people very well. Because a lot of those people, superior service. And they going to check in. And they going to ask questions. Right? The people that actually pay attention to the training and implement it, you're going to see it shining. Because I've gone to like a Cheesecake Factory, and then I've gone to like a Ruth Chris and been like, damn, I got better service at Cheesecake Factory. So don't get it twisted, thinking just because the price tag on the menu is higher, that the quality of service is going to be higher all the time. Most of the time, you can probably equate one to the other, but don't make that the bar. Understand that all these different aspects matter when you're thinking about the overall reason for the way that you do things or the things that you accept. We got to get to the point where we do not accept what is below the standard for us. But first, you must determine what your standard is. And your standard can't be bottom of the barrel. You got to be willing to raise the bar for yourself. So while y'all out here talking about some, I eat at that spot because the food is banging. The food is good. And that Kool-Aid, that Kool-Aid was hitting. But I mean, the people in the front, they treat me really bad. Like, she called me all out my name or whatever. But I ain't there for her. I'm there for the food. If you don't cut it out, everything matters. And that starts with knowing your own worth and knowing what should not be tolerated. You want my money? I'm going to need you to make sure that you also give me some respect. You want my money? I'm going to need you to treat others the way you would like to be treated. And if you like to be treated the way you've been treating people, then baby, we need to go back to the drawing board on you. Because you obviously ain't got no respect for yourself. If you're having a bad day, go to the back, cry it out, scream it out, put some water on your face, get it together. Because the people that are coming to give you this money to keep everything afloat, to keep everything running like a well-oiled machine, they ain't come here for that. They came here to experience what you are here to give. And if your experience is salty, don't be mad when your Google reviews are too. Them Google reviews will tell on you. Okay? Yelp too. All of them. But don't be mad when people feel some type of way about you treating them a certain type of way if you're not delivering at the level that you should. That's it. That's all. I ain't got nothing else to say about this. But I am really, really happy that Keith Lee came through, did his thing. But it started to bring out certain things that needed to come to light. Just like, good old Milk and Honey. They was talking crazy too. And I'm a little disappointed in that. But they've been trying to retract statements in the whole 6. And it's the real Milk and Honey. I believe it's the one in East Point, because I know there's like 2 of them. But that was a little hurtful to see too. But I think they trying to, smooth that statement back over. But it's like, take the criticism. Understand what it means. Like a real leader would have said, we were unaware of who this young man was. I'm happy that he was able to come through. I apologize for, how this went. These are how our roles are. I will definitely take this information and, use it as a teachable moment to see how we can improve our processes. Please come back and visit us. We would love to serve you. Like, there were so many ways they could have twisted that to show that they had a strong backbone and that they had a good motto for customer service. But all they showed was their motto is flawed. So those are those moments where we have to look at what is what and what is okay and what is not. And be okay with taking the criticisms. Be okay with, tweaking what doesn't work. But know that you need people and people need you. So we got to figure out what coexisting looks like. And that looks like respect. That looks like giving those good, strong relational skills on the front end. Saying freaking hello. Saying have a good day. How may I help you? Whatever that looks like for you, set up a structure where you win when it comes to customer service. Because people will talk about you over and over again. But you can choose if they'll talk about you negatively or positively. And that goes for business and relationships. So, y'all chew on that for this week. Next week, we back at it again. Don't forget, we here every Thursday, 7 a.m. Make sure you in the building. If you're trying to get on the Recrown You podcast, I've been seeing y'all inquiries come in. We are getting through some of the people, but it is recrownyoupodcast@gmail.com, or go to it'strulyinspiredmartin.com/recrownyoupodcast. There is a form right down towards the bottom where you can apply to be a guest. We would love to have you. We are working on bringing our folks in. It's about to start getting real heavy towards the end of this year. And I love what is coming because it's going to be for you, my girl. So stay lit, stay lifted. It's your girl. Love you.
You know it's time.